You can get it in a hole or up a pole. You can get it doing nothing at all. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. A long, cold Vic.
It's so hard to have a gay time on your own.
It could be that great chalk and biscuit coating.
So hard to have a gay time on your own.
It could be that smooth toffee ice cream in the centre. Or that whole delicious golden K-time taste.
Hard to have a gay time on your own.
Streets.
What happened, Gandalf? Why didn't you meet us?
Oh, I'm sorry, Frodo. I was delayed.
The Bogan force is too strong upon us. Our spirit is broken.
The Bogan is strong with you, but not nearly strong enough.
I am Lord Darth Vader, First Knight of the Sith, and right hand to His Eminence Prince Esper Valorum, the Master of the Bogan.
Let's see how you go with a can of beer up your exhaust pipe, mate.
Muted. God damn it. Don't even remember how to stream. Everybody, please hit like. Thank you, Mo. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Very much appreciated. I see you all here in the chat. Thank you, Phil, Diaz, and Brandon. The Diaz Bros, Zaid Comics for the raid. Also very much appreciated. Yeah, Mo says, what happened to the... I did play a VB ad, but I guess it gets cut off. I have to change things up. I was looking through all of my live streams, and they're all hit like that. They're like, I don't know, it doesn't tell you anymore. They're just like partially hidden or something. That never happened before. Normally, I just get a copyright claim for the music and stuff, and it would be fine, just demonetized. But now there's like an extra thing on it, and I guess considering the discussion we're going to have tonight, it's gotten me a little frazzled. So I'm not going to be playing any copyright music anymore, which really could mean the death of a lot of my beloved intros. I guess I'm just going to have to make some new ones. But yeah, I'll find something to play so that the VB ad doesn't get trimmed off. But I hope you're all well tonight. A little bit of a discussion we're going to have on AI. Who said it here? Who was right? Citizen Ronan said it. Well, everyone is distracted by AI in art, movies, and music. They're quietly putting it in place in every aspect of our lives. I feel like it's in it. Like I literally am. I used to be like, oh, it'll be fine, but I'm starting to think, no, the Terminators are coming. Literally, actually. So I want to chat a little bit about that, and also just some other stuff I found, campaigns and such, and something a little bit interesting. Mr. Felix Huss was first, and like an idiot, I mean, the man's just been in hospital for a month. Wasn't able to even preload his thing. I didn't know if I updated it. I didn't. He's supposed to have 6. He's only got 5. I failed you, Felix. My apologies. You were first among all of us, and you shall look down on us in glory. We've got Valley Law in the house. We have Casey Anthony. Should have been creating machines. Should have stopped creating them after Bluetooth headset and MySpace. We didn't know. Well, we did know. We were warned. Terminator warned us, but we didn't listen. We've got Mo Biggs, the Golden Wrench in the house. Tacitus Jones listening over on Rumble. I should probably start Instagram. Instagram didn't work yesterday. Let's start that up. See if it continues. Welcome, Instagrammers. Thank you for being here. If anyone comes up, we got Maromi in the house. Let me say hello to Citizen Ronan. I'll say hello to Jasper. Great to see you, Jasper. Just hanging out with John in the CG Church chat. I'll try and raid into those guys. I'm sure they'll continue on. I don't know if they accept raids though. We'll see. We shall see. Statistical Zero, great to see you here, my friend. I have forgotten how to stream, just an occasional quest on a channel or two. Sweet, sweet retirement. I always think, I thought of this, with my Twitter account being nixed. I was like, it's that Star Wars scene? It's a peaceful life. It is a peaceful life when you don't chase the algorithm. It was time to retire Gandalf anyway. Yeah, use some AI music. Exactly, right? If we got Jim Cox in the house, I didn't see Jim. Oh, Jim Cox will put you back in Forcible. Right. Okay. Dr. Mask Retro Elixir, great to see you too. I'm going to check out your campaign. AI cheers theme. That just makes me depressed. KSS. Where was that? Happy Snooglevy Day, Bancroft. Why can't I pull that up? Where is it? Here it is. Do you celebrate Snooglevy Day in Australia like we do in the States? I'm going to guess that's Thanksgiving. No, we don't. But we should. But we can't. It's too American. It's too ingrained in the American history with the Pilgrims and everything. But we totally should. We totally should. You could use the Aragonite Crack Pack Cheers theme, but like your forehead, you think you're above it all. I'll go check that out. I can't remember that specifically. There's some good stuff from back in the day, but a lot of my stuff is all, copyright. So it is what it is. It is what it be. But, with streaming, I think I'm kind of, I actually told someone yesterday, the day before, who asked, hey, can I come on the show? And I'm like, I think I'm kind of done with that. It just doesn't, I think the crowd has moved on to other things. And I found that the shorts get way more traction with the promos than anything my streams could do at this point. So, I mean, I'm not saying I'm never going to have guests on. People want to chat. Like, I love hanging out with Pete Samedi and Adam Lawson and other guys like that and chat comics and stuff. But just to bring people on to promo books, I'm just going to either do it myself on a stream. I just dropped something. Or just do shorts. Like I had that guy on, Paul Thayer, right? And we launched his book, and Mo was not happy. He did not appreciate the interview. I dropped my elbow thing. I can't have a hurty elbow. He thought it was a very boring interview. And look, I try my hardest here. But I don't know, what did we get? Like 180 views on that? And I did a short on it and it got 7,500. And not only that, but people were actually talking about the friggin' book. They're like, oh, I don't really think this is good, or that looks cool, or oh, I know that wrestler, that sort of stuff. It's just a different thing. I know Stato agrees with me. Shorts have more reach. That's YouTube priority, 100%. Streaming should just be for fun. I agree. I just want to have fun. I like hanging out with you guys and responding. Like I was thinking about, why do I enjoy Rocky's chats so much? It's because he just chats with the people, and it's like it's that old thing that we used to do. Everyone knows your name, you know. I was at the weird guy. He seemed like he was annoyed to be there. He's a very in-person guy. I've seen videos of him interacting with people in person. Yeah, because Rocky is so chill. He is very chill. I also want to get a camera that is so like as good as Rocky's, so you can see me in every detail. They're fucking expensive. Oh my god, they're like $1,000. I was hoping I could get one on sale for Black Friday, but actually, the one place had it on sale. It was $1,000, and then it was $980. He didn't laugh at any jokes, but would just randomly laugh at times. Did you see anyone you know at the con? Haha, yeah, my friend Joe. We don't need 4K forward. You do. You think you don't, Maromi, but you do. If you're not having fun, why bother? Exactly. Yeah, that's what I figure. The shorts are going amazing. The videos, like I think the videos and the streams are sort of like that's a kind of a correlated audience. So I'm gonna keep going with them. We'll see how they go. It's tough, you know. They don't get very many views, but I like making them. I like talking about comics. So I'll keep doing them. We'll see how we go. But I tell you, the shorts are going fantastic. Is it morning there, Michael? It is not. It is 1:16 in the afternoon. It's just clicked over. Let's check some things out here very quickly before we get into this topic. Look at this new indie comic arrival. Hotel Story Part 1 and 2 out in the wild. Great read. I really like this one. It was my first time anyone ever actually requested a blurb. Pat sent me the book. It's like, hey, can you say something about it? So in typical, you know, I wanted to give him a blurb that he would use. I called it Gestalt. And he does say that now. So that's good. The system works. The shorts are good. Thank you, Jolly. Oh, Jolly's here. Da, 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 da. Jolly Green. Jolly Green. I did say I would do this. A man out there after my own heart, out there promoting indies, posting, doing everything the good people should be doing. So you've earned this, my friend. And standard moderator. There you go. Another one. Hotel Story looks good. Didn't back it. Well, I'm pretty sure you can still get it over on Pear's site or something. He's got an eBay or an Etsy or something. I don't know. It is really good though. Got to be honest, comics are a labor of love. Comic stuff gets low views, period, unless it deals with collecting a new reprint. I'm going to get into collecting later. I better get started actually because I've been waffling. Here's what Dr. Mars Retro Elixir himself in the chat just received. Is this newsprint? These ones? I think these are newsprint. These extra books. I'm getting Magic Cop because I already got Silhouette from the Lost Pages. And this is the newsprint edition. It looks friggin' great. Look at that. Came out. I haven't actually seen the newsprint inside yet. I have to reach out to Critical Blast to get them sent over. I'm going to do a video on it. Could take a little while though. Yeah, Citizen Ryan, I don't mind that much as long as it's entertaining while on the show. Bancroft, I'm not on Twitter, but I've heard the news. This would never have happened if you weren't such a rapscallion troublemaker. He wasn't genuine. I know, right? I am a inauthentic man, apparently. Man about town. Mo has just posted the link to subscribe to Dr. Mask, his old-timey medicine show. Are you still doing readings of your book? No, of Poe, Edgar Allan Poe. Nice looking book, he says. I have to take a few to read it. I wouldn't imagine it would take very long to read. But here is, in fact, this is what I prefer to do. Just bring it up. Hey, look, check it out. Edgar Allan Poe's Besprinkled with Scarlet by the man right here in the chat. He says it's where is it? I read it earlier. It's it's a bunch of I totally knew this before, and now I can't find it on the page. Let's go all the way up to the top. Take a journey into the world of Edgar Allan Poe like never before. Okay, accompanies 28-page comic book that introduces you to the world of Poe and accompanies you through some of his greatest stories in black, white, and scarlet. There you go. If you are a fellow lover of poetry, you know what movie I need to watch again? Dead Poet Society. Man, I love that movie. Every man should watch Dead Poet Society. Yeah, good stuff. And there's this is going to come into play later. Some pages by Christian Rossi in here. You know, I love me some Christian Rossi. Check that out. I'll put the link in the chat. His Poe stories get rave reviews. Oh, and thank you. Maromi just posted a link to Pear's Global Comics. Bancroft, does your website have books and merch available right now for Christmas gifts? Yes, yes, it does. I believe it does. Yeah, if you just back the stuff that I have on hand and it's not part of you backing the new stuff that you have to wait for because I'm slow and I haven't finished yet, yes, I'll send all that out straight away. Yeah, I don't know though. I can't make any promises. Anything's going to get there. I'll send it, whether or not it's going to arrive. Like the Australia Post is absolutely under the pump right now. Christian Rossi has a T-shirt too. It's right there. Look at that. Show your Poe strength. I don't know. Just talking rubbish. Also, congratulations to Dave Brink. Fully funded, Safeguard, the book I couldn't remember the name of. I might do a short on this one. I'm going to do a short on how people now are selling pencil editions, which is pretty interesting. I haven't really seen that before. I hadn't seen it before, and then Rocky had one on his channel. So I guess that's a new thing. And this is Alan Goldman pencils, so what's not to love? Look how different it is. The finished version from the pencil version. Which will you pick? But congratulations to Dave. Fully funded. Needs more backers, though. Only 33 backers. If you like the look at this, go check it out. Stato says, should have been a polo shirt. Yeah. Okay, what am I reading here? Hail, Billy Powermax. Bancroft disavowed Poe after reading The Black Cat, essentially another blackwashing of a ginger icon, Netflixing the story of Nugget. I come to accept it now. I come to know that's just what's going to happen these days. All right, let's get to it. You all saw this go down the other day. So, as best as I can ascertain, and I haven't watched any of his streams, I've just been seeing his posts and everything. They started charging Camelot chargebacks. So, someone had super chatted a crazy amount of money, and then they refunded it through the bank, and he started getting chargebacks, which is a strange thing to happen. That's not necessarily anything to do with what I'm going to be talking about, but it did get a lot of people's attention on what the hell is going on at YouTube at the moment, because he tried to sort this out and just ran up against a brick wall. And that's really the issue that I want to discuss, because I had the same thing with X. Who super chats 10K to another man? I mean, I don't know this. It probably makes sense, you know, but I don't know. Maybe it was like a kid maybe it was a stolen credit card. Who the hell knows? But yeah, it was a bit sus. YouTube policy is up to 120 days. Yeah, don't spend your super chat money for 3 months. But also, I think he got charged for the full amount plus the fees. So he would never have even gotten that money in the first place. Pop Culture Crisis has that happen all the time on their show. I guess if you're making big bucks, that would happen. I don't have to worry. I don't have these concerns anymore. Those super chats were in turn for services rendered. How are they going to return merchandise when that merchandise was him taking his shirt off the stream? I guess he's had to put his shirt back on. Bancroft, I'll never super chat you 10K. I got you back. Thank you, KSS. Fist bump. Yeah, YouTube kept the 30%. This is like anyway. So that happened. That just got a lot of people like, what's going on at YouTube? Because he couldn't discuss this with anyone. And that's, you know, like I said, I had the same experience with X. You just run into this AI wall, the machine wall, and you cannot. It's like in Terminator. There's no reasoning with it. There's no arguing with it. There's no debating with it. It's made up its mind, and then it has the audacity to send you a message like, after careful review, we've done, like, it's like, no, you have done nothing. You are a robot, and you have essentially, I mean, I know he said he's done. Like, most people don't have that kind of cash sitting around, even though if they just recently received it, it gets put into other things that can't be taken back. We all know how money works. What's going on with YouTube? Because they seem so honest and caring about creators until now. Well, before now, I guess they didn't have an AI. They had automated systems, but now we've got this. This is someone here, Final Verdict. I just saw this before we went live, actually. 40,000 sub to true crime documentary channel, The Reason Circumvention, which is when I think you were banned and then you make another channel or something like that. He says that didn't happen. Emailed support, only template replies, DM 2 months. 2 weeks, sorry. He got the same thing, denied after 2 minutes of careful review, blah, 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 obviously. This guy only got, I know he's down. His channel is gone. I thought he had a ban, but no, he's gone. That's that guy. I just saw this. 40,000. There's this guy here. News for every creator. My original animation channel. God, I mean, I actually started doing animations on YouTube. And the reason I stopped, even though they got really good traction, was because it was just too much friggin' work. It was crazy the amount of work you would put into an animation, as you can imagine. And yeah, so this guy had an animation channel uploading original animations, doing his own modeling, rigging, 2 to 4 days each, 100% created by him, terminated for spam. 650,000 subs. His whole work disappeared overnight. The AI has just decided no. And that's the indignity, isn't it? That's how I'm indignant over that on X. An AI decided I was a robot. You know? Why in the world have comics and YouTube become so difficult in the last 2 years? I guess we sort of were warned this was coming. Valley is here for that Bancroft, for that Black Friday special. He heard about all Bancroft's clothes 100% off. What's up, Valley Law? A lot of people don't know that Rini has a second store for a non-fiendish stuff. By Rini, storyinterview.com. I didn't know that. I'm even her friend, and I didn't even know that. AI probably considers the Terminator as hate speech. It probably does. We'll get into that. Yeah, we'll get into seeing some people's theories. Insane just how social media can unsocial this media can become. We got to go back to early days when personal sites and message boards. I feel like, yeah, people are not just going to take all this lying down, and this is escalating. So this guy here with 650,000 subs. Probably, you imagine, if not his livelihood. I mean, he's taking 2 to 4 days each to make a video. He's probably getting a lot of good views on them. And it's probably, if it's not his main income, a good income, like a side gig, gone. Terminated. Dr. Mask, Retro Alexa, Hal Bancroft. No need to take your shirt off for this one. Thanks for all the support you give to all the indie space. I appreciate you. And thank you very much, Dr. Mask. I appreciate your super chat. And we're just being joined by Greybone Oz and Rising Phoenix. Money is nice to have, he says. I agree. It is nice to have. And thank you for that money there, Dr. Mask. Actually, you know what? You deserve a little.
Well, cheers, big ears.
This one is crazy. I just lost 1 million subscribers. All his childhood videos. AI moderation is out of control. He's never done anything. It claimed a dangerous content policy by claiming guaranteed returns or promoting a pyramid scheme. Obviously, he's never done in that. Basically, if what I glean here, he going all the way back to when he was a teenager. So, he's been in this space since 2011. So he was a teenager. Like, he's a young guy. Look at him. It was happier times. Estimated revenue 1,274,000. Holy crap. So basically, I think what this guy did is he would start businesses and would see how they would go, and maybe he could sell them or pass them on or whatever. And he would just document that process, where like businesses that anyone can do, like as a young person. And then that's what his channel became. And he, built up a big channel. Said 400,000 people return and watch every month. And now it's just gone. He had 14 full-time employees. Like magic. It's gone. What can you do? Own your own audience. Retweet. Yeah, that's the unfair thing. Like, every time one of these events get big enough and make enough noise and really go viral, YouTube almost always reverts and says, oh, this was canceled by a mistake. We've, put your channel back and everything. That's what's so frustrating. If there was a person available to oversee this stuff, they most likely would overturn it and reinstate this person's friggin' income and livelihood. But getting in front of that person is becoming less and less likely, seemingly impossible. Valley Law, take your shirt off for the thank you for the super chat, Valley Law, but I can't. Now, you are a man of the law. You know what I'm talking about here. I can't set that precedent because it starts with a shirt. Where does it end? The slippery slope is real. I appreciate the $9.99, but I cannot set that precedent. Also, I have to be respectful to my wife, but I will give you one of these.
You little ripper!
The Valley Law wants a naked bogan. He does. But I don't know if my wife wants my hairy nipples out there on the internet. Citizen Ray says, I just ate. Please don't take off that shirt. Although I will say, I'm currently at my lightest that I've been in, God, a long time. Not showing off his man meat. Oi, Bancroft's a top bloke. He'll give you the shirt off his back. He will. Yeah, not literally. Not literally. Everyone should do a class action against YouTube, not a lawyer. It won't be easy. Yeah, Valley actually explained how difficult that might be. They have protections for moderation in law. But maybe if YouTube was just like, hey, we're bringing a suit to you just to be reinstated, not to seek damages or change the rules or anything, but just like, hey, just look at my friggin' case and reinstate me for the love of God. Yeah, that was a good excuse, huh? What about a naked? Okay, I'll do a naked forehead. How about that? Do I have for everyone? Behold the terrible. I need music for this. No, I don't have it. Okay, just a drum roll then. It's there. Oh, let's hide that. That's what you get for your. Oh God, no! A forehead strip show. All right. That's enough of that. Look at that. Ooh, he loved it. He loved ad space. I should totally do that. Hold on a sec. Here we go. Ready? Hold on a sec. Okay. This is my new ad for the Lucent. Ready? Buy eyes. Buy the Lucid. There's enough for 2 stickers on here. I could get a whole thing going. Put some Horace H. Hoover on there. Thankfully, it's nice and sweaty. It's all sticking. What else can we fit on there? Battlebrick Road. Luckily, that one's got some blue tack on it. So that'll go on there as well. Oh no, it's not. Blue tack doesn't stick. There we go. All right, enough of that. It was actually works. There's enough room. He's satisfied. I'm happy you're satisfied, Valley Law. I wouldn't want you to go away unsatisfied. It looks like Ella falling from a skyscraper. Nazcroft. Maybe that's my new thing. I'm not gonna bring you on the show to promote, but I'll just in a poker tournament, I'll like stick your thing on here, like a little ad. That would be funny. Every time Bancroft lists his cap, I imagine Wedge Antilles in Star Wars saying, "Wow, look at the size of that thing. It's no moon." This fella here has a Moromi alluded to it earlier. This fella here has a theory, and I don't know. It's just a theory. It's just an idea. He says that the revenue at this time of year is significantly higher. He's showing this off. So in the lead up towards Christmas, people are making a lot more money. And if this guy was making that much money, what was he making? $1 million. This guy reckons they might just be liquidating channels to get to not have to pay out a YouTube theory, liquidating channels to not have to pay out their dues, their invoices and everything, because they need cash. Someone said the other day that YouTube hasn't made any money for like 3 years. I don't know if that's true. I have noticed that like per 1,000 views or whatever, they pay me a lot more than they used to. So I imagine like if you're a big channel, they're probably making decent cash at the moment, as long as you don't get hit by the AI. It was Cranberry. Yeah, so that's a theory. YouTube has never made a profit. Damn, that's crazy. I don't know. A lot of people are pushing back, saying that doesn't really make sense because, they make money off these guys. They do, but there's seemingly, unlimited supply of other monetized channels coming up that they can make money on at a later date. Whereas right now, they just need this money right now for some reason. That could be an explanation. And some coder just, says, okay, we need X amount of channels nuked for whatever spurious reason. I don't know. They get ad revenue, but they're in the red. It's just too big to fail. Well, yeah, it's part of Google, so I started off with the Camelot thing, but I don't know if that's really AI related. I think that was like a very specific thing, although I have heard someone said it happens to other channels as well. This is more about how AI is just going around nuking channels. This one's 40,000 views, and like, no one is safe, seemingly. 40,000, 650,000, and over 1 million. And their channel's just gone. Livelihoods, employment, everything just rug pulled. And you cannot appeal. You just get a cookie cutter template response. And, who said it earlier? I think it was Citizen Ronan. We're all so distracted by, the AI art and AI movies and AI music and all that sort of stuff. Whereas really the threat, at least the immediate threat right now, seems to be AI bureaucracy. It's not the creativity, and it's not yet the military, although that's certainly coming. Once these robots become mobile and you can hand them a gun. Like, can you imagine? And then someone also mentioned, what about AI judiciary? Like, can you imagine trying to argue your case to a machine? And it's just like, walls up, don't care. You know, we have a quota of how many people we need, whatever. Dark future. AI judiciary will be a nightmare. But I feel like the people at my work laugh about how much they use Chat GPT or whatever to do their jobs for them. And you know, I'm not a complete Luddite. I do use certain tools in Photoshop and everything that help me focus on more important things. But I'm talking about people just like for a simple sentence that we used to just write ourselves. We used to take 5 or 10 minutes to sit down, think, use our brains, and write out a marketing sentence. Now they just Chat GPT it, and maybe you change a word here or there. I just feel like we are running headfirst into a future that we are not going to appreciate once it's here. EVS has an excellent theory on what happened at Camelot. I mean, it seems kind of straightforward to me, but I guess it would just be, you know, I think it's, you know, it doesn't really matter. Like whatever's happening is the fact that it can happen is the issue. I can't stop staring at the symbol on Bancroft's hat. It's very distracting. I used to cover in tape. But you know, whatever. You can't use dyes in cereal. We have to regulate it. It's unhealthy. We're creating a black hole in killer robots. Carry on. It does seem like that. Oh, a second commercial? Yeah, I'm testing this out. I set it to low. So I might have to do it manual so it only comes at the start. I wouldn't trust ChatGPT. It was telling voters to vote Harris over Trump. Oh my God. Yeah, for us, it's like we can't have plastic straws. Like you'll get a $10,000 fine if you get caught with a plastic straw in Victoria. But if you hack at someone with a machete, you'll be out on the street in 20 minutes, you know? That's crazy. Valley Law says, I bet I could get it reinstated. You talking about my X account? Man, if you could, that would be amazing. It's the same thing. It's like 10 years. I can remember opening that account in 2015 and having no followers. And I just started following anyone who was posting anything about comics. And I followed like 2,000 people or something crazy. And from following 2,000 people, I think I got my first 100 followers, like 100 followed me back. And I built that up to about 600. And I remember being stuck on 600 forever. And, you know, but it slowly ticked over. It got to a point where I realized, oh, hang on, I'm not just supposed to be free following everyone back. So I like had to actually color the people that I, you know, wasn't really interacting with and figured out how to use X. And over 10 years, I built that platform up where I could post my comics, I could post thoughts, I could retweet people, and then gone. And I was doing it every day. Bancroft Valley can help you, but it isn't free. He'll scratch your back. If I'll wait to see what the request is. The only way you make money on YouTube is in the future is the live streamers. YouTube will kill all other creators, so YouTube will create their own content using AI and collect ad revenue. Well, that's bad for me because, yeah, like I don't tend to stream about very interesting topics and what a lot of people like to listen to. But no, my shorts are going well. It's not great money, but it's still money. And I am confident, actually, that, you know, if I keep going, because I've seen others doing it, like Odie, you know, Odie from Xenotype back in the day, he's got Tomahawk Angel now. He gets hundreds of thousands to millions of views on his shorts, and they're all just related to his stuff. So, plus it, you know, Anyway, we already had that discussion. Bogan solidarity. Thank you, Jake. Very much appreciated. Always great to see you here. It's the bureaucracy. There's no way to fight back. Yeah, AI bureaucracy is here, and it ain't looking good. So, can you send me the required information when you get a chance, including the termination date and creation date? I want to make sure everything's accurate before I move forward. Okay, I will. Thank you. Yeah. Look at this, making connections. Hale Valley Law. All right, moving on from the AI topic. This is just sort of tangentially related. I don't know what happened here. But Kickstarter suspended another thing. You never know what it is with Kickstarter, why. There could be other reasons. So I don't want to like come to this guy's defense when I don't know anything. But it is interesting to see. I do appreciate that if you are ever suspended off Kickstarter, like this game company was. I'm not even sharing it. I'm an idiot. There we go. There we go. Hang on. What kind of connection? Hi, Mel. I refuse to take off my shirt. You will appreciate that, I'm sure. Yeah, so this guy had his... This is annoying, by the way. I don't want to ask Grok to explain a post to me. Why is everyone rushing forward to have AI be in everything? I do not understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. But I guess I'm 45 now, so... don't worry, says Mo. I think the implication is just that Bancroft will offer Valley Law legal advice in return at a later date. Yeah, it's all above board. Grok, is this true? Oh, it does my head in. It does my head in. Anyway, it's cool to see that... oh, where to go? I'm going to go here. This is why Fund My Comic is here. You know, Fund My Comic will... And it bounces too, so your eye is drawn to it. A suspension for the usual vague reasons, cutting to productivity. All other platforms have trust and safety commissars. We don't. We're all adults here. We don't need nannies. Once you are live on Fund My Comic, you are on. Shout out to Luke. Shout out to Fund My Comic. We very much need them in this day and age. What else have I collected here? Josh Howard has a collected edition on Kickstarter. I've got some T-Bird and Throttle books. I'm pretty sure I do. I can't remember if I read them though. I'm pretty sure I do have a T-Bird and Throttle. I'm going to go read this. Josh Howard comes actually highly recommended by a lot of people. And this looks cool. Do you like befreckled chicks with red hair and big cartoon booties? If you do, this might be the book for you. This is a collected edition. I'll put the link in the chat there. I have the trade and the 8 Men book. Not bad at all, says Stato. There you go. Mo says currently AI seems to try and fake it and makes it, instead of just admitting it's having trouble finding an answer. Oh, that was like that moment. I spoke about it yesterday when the AI thought that the moon was Mars. See you, David. Always great to see you. We have self-driving cars here in Austin now. It's weird to see no driver. Yeah, I saw some of them. Like they're using them as taxis. I also saw a food delivery thing rolling around the street. It's like you're taking away jobs from the people who are struggling to find work, who are just doing extra work to get by. And now you've got this slow rolling thing rolling around the streets that people are just going to run up and take things from. But anyway, Johnny Cab, I know, right? That was Total Recall, yeah? I think it mixes fiction with reality. You're talking about T-Bird and Throttle? Fun book, says Dr. Mars. Great art. All right, I'll see if I have my copy. I probably only have an issue or two. I'll go check it out. If I like it, I'll do a video on it. Did I put the link in? I can't remember if I did. I'll do it. G'day, Banger, says Jeffrey Beats. Man, I got 5 kids to feed. Doesn't he? That's how he gives it away. No, that's different. No. That's the guy on Mars. Am I thinking a different movie? I can't remember. Citizen, I'm due for a rewatch. Total Recall. Great movie. If that is the one. Great movie. Man, I love that movie. Chicks with Big Booties. I'm in. There you go. It was Total Recall, and I mean the 1991. We don't acknowledge the remake. I would never watch that. Yeah. All right. Same movie, different character. Right. Yeah, it was on Earth, wasn't it? Where they had the robot guy, and then it was on Mars. They had the guy with the Benny. It's all coming back. I wonder if Mel has seen Total Recall. I feel like she has, but if she hasn't, that could be a good one to watch. That scene with the fat lady, and then he takes it off. Epic. That was classic. Oh, Mars had both taxis? But you're mad. I always think that's Quaid, but no, that's the guy's name. It's Kuatu. Because he goes, Quaid. Who do you think I am? I don't know. Mel's dad is really big into 80s action movies. So that's why she's seen a lot of them. But she hadn't seen Predator. So don't act like, you know. Open Mel's mouth. There you go. That's the new intro. I could get like special effects, do some CGI on it. I wanted to talk about. Oh, this is cool. Cole King has a new book launching. It's called Empty Stars. And this is why I wanted to mention Christian Rossi. Man, Christian Rossi out there launching so many people's friggin' comic book careers. He is like, is there a creator that you just turn to, you know, to make sure everyone wants to back your book? What's going on here? Oh my God. The Harem. You know, all of his stuff looks amazing. But this is a new book. You can read the first 5 issues right here on Twitter, actually. On X. I keep saying Twitter. I'll put the link in the thing. I'm sure there's a sign up. Christian Rossi, when does he sleep? Well, he's got this style where I reckon he could knock out 2 pages a day easy. I would say. Like this level of detail, I think he could do 2 pages a day if he really wanted to. And they look amazing. It's not like rushed or anything. It's such. He's a fantastic visual storyteller. The style is great. 46-page comic book. Empty Stars, The Void King, and Hollow Queen. It looks rad. I'll read through them. Might do a short on this, I think. Verhoeven is a madman. You can't replicate any of his films. That's what they don't understand, Jasper. That's what they don't get. And I don't know why they don't get it. Because every time they go back to visionaries, they win. And every time they make movies by committee or based on nostalgia, they lose. It happens again and again and again. Or they hand like The Hobbit to Peter Jackson and give him a week to get ready for it or something. And it just doesn't work. Been a Rossi fan since Alterna. Yeah, him and a bunch of other guys on any given day flick between my favorite comic book artists working at the moment. I really do dig it. All right, where's my other topic I want to talk about? Oh my God, there's so many people with books on. Okay, I just want to quickly shout out Wolf and Batsy as well. because he says he hasn't been shouting out. He's got a black and white version, and no shade on Brian's colorist, but yeah, this looks great. Actually, I thought most of his stuff was black and white. Maybe I'm talking out of my butt. I thought he made black and white books. Am I wrong? I know the covers are in color. I thought he does. It looks like he does. What else was he? What is he talking about? I don't know. Anyway, check it out. Sexy vampire and wolf book. Is it Bao or Bo or Ba? I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'll just say Brian. Anyway, that looks rad. It's the sketchbook. I'm an idiot. It's the sketch. He's got a very look. It's got like a Bruce Timm. I'm surprised he left the boobies on there. It's kind of like a Bruce Timm style. The sketchbooks looks great. That's what he was neglecting. Right. I'm an idiot. Don't listen to me. Bruce Barr, Brian Barr. Brian Barr has a piece in my book as well. Oh, there you go. Getting around. The black and white feels more appropriate. I agree. I really like black and white for this. Like I do like the covers, you know, but I think it was all colored. I don't know. Don't listen to me. So grab a sketchbook, grab the book. It's out there. He's looking for more. All right. I tweeted this the other day, and I tweeted it, and I'm like, and some people interpreted it as me ragging on collectors, which was not my intention at all. Because I'm a collector. You know, this is only a small part of it. No, what I was trying to say is that Western American comic books shifted their focus on selling comics as collectibles rather than things to read. I would hate to be Bancroft's PR. Ram you. I don't know if Mel's seen Babe either. That's a great movie. Anyway, I get very easily distracted. I was just saying, like, when they did that, that was a poison chalice. And all of us have, you know, because we're collectors, we want to collect things, and we know how to tap into that mentality and that mindset. And we, you know, if we like stuff, we want to support it and give cool. I'm covering the sentence. I tried to. It doesn't. Hang on. What if I scroll down? Will that help? What do I do? I think I need to change modes. It won't let me scroll. Hang on. If I zoom out, there we go. You can read it up there. Just get out your binoculars and you'll be able to read it. I get what you mean. CGC slab books, number 1 variants in 50 perpetual relaunch, blind, but like it's just, but it's more than just the one-offs. It's the entire mentality. You know, I got this thought by watching Matt T's videos. I did articulate it poorly. I did. I admit that. People were like, "What are you saying? You trying to attack?" Like, oh God, no. And then I reread it like from that, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, I shouldn't have written it like that." I was like, it sounded right in my mind, but yeah, I should remember that on Twitter, when you try and make a pithy, controversial statement, to be very clear, because it is very easy to come off incorrectly. But no, I didn't mean that at all. As a collector myself, you know, I love collecting. If I really love something, I want to collect it because I like that thing. It's more about like the speculators thing, right? Because that's what happens. And it happens in the indies. Michael, explain yourself. Give examples. Jasper Plan 9. You're actually an example because you were, I don't know if you still are, a flipper. You would back crowd funds multiple times, or like you would get multiple instances of a book with the intention of reselling them at a later date. And I would call that a poison chalice, which isn't to say what you're doing is poisonous. The poison chalice means it seems like a great idea at the time, and it is profitable at the time. But over time, in the long run, it's the poison chalice comes into it when it, in the long run, it ends up actually, I didn't say like it's hurting, but what it is it's like showing that what happens is, the speculation period dies, and all these people who thought they had all these backers actually didn't. Bancroft needs a Snickers. He's not himself. I am a little kerfluffled. I didn't get much sleep last night. That is true. Bancroft disavows Snickers. Very clear. I had to be very articulate when I read that one out. Yeah, exactly. You still read them, exactly. Whereas look at that, but on the whole comic industry. Remember that with the 90s boom and everything, everyone was buying millions of these comics, but how many were actually reading them? And they weren't building readerships, and then the whole thing fell under. And you feel like because you're passionate about things and the creators are passionate about them, that can't happen in your little scene or whatever, but it really can happen everywhere and in everything. And I was reminded of this. I only posted this because I was watching that Matt video, and he was saying how manga completely ignored collectability and just focused 100% on getting out cheap, disposable, pulp readership stuff. Whereas comics, put them in plastic bags with boards to keep them mint, put it in a special store, put it up on the wall with a $25 price tag on it, And it was just a whole different mentality, and we all have it. But what's the end result of 3 decades of that is just a plummeting readership. And that's what I meant by poison chalice. I read them all, even the 45 variant covers, didn't you? One at a time. Unopened cases of Pit number 1 to retire on. I was a comic dealer at the time. Exactly. Yeah, and apparently this has just happened in the sneaker industry. Now, I'm not going to play this video because who pointed it out? Was it Cranberry? Someone. No, it was Crenshaw pointed out. This is actually just an ad for this guy's store saying, hey, I've got all these shoes here that you can buy for quite cheap. But there's a massive sneaker reselling market as well. And it would be crazy. People would be spending obscene amounts of money on sneakers and, to flip them. And people would have these collections. There was a whole industry of resellers. Kiwi Bancroft. That's insanely clever. That you just came up. That's insanely witty that you just came up with that. Kiwi Bancroft disavows sneakers. Oh my God. How does he do it? People are dumb, Mike. Yeah, but they were making money. People were making crazy amounts of money. Who wants old shoes? Yuck. I never understood it. I didn't get the whole thing. But yeah, people were like, shoes that were 500 or 600 now won't move for 300. Jordan 1 sitting at 90s. All these collecting dust. Yeezys, once the safest resale shoe on earth, tanking everywhere. And that was my comment. I know where it is. I just said speculation remains undefeated. The moment you start guiding what you're doing in your endeavor, for us it's comics, for them it's selling shoes, but whatever it is, the moment you start becoming more focused on speculation and collectability, you are on borrowed time. I think that's my point. I think that's what I wanted to say. It's much harder. It's a longer road to focus on. I mean, what are you gonna do with sneakers? I don't know. But with comics, it's very easy. Like, it's much harder to focus on the stories and, you know, creating characters that live for decades. That's the harder route because people don't care generally. But I think in the long run, even though you'll make less money now, you have at least a chance of making something worthwhile in the future. I hope that makes sense. I don't know. That was my thinking anyway. My skate deck collection value has dropped. Like, there's like, actually, you're talking about actual skate decks, like actual boards. They're cool though. I always like going to skate shops and seeing like the cool art on them. Jennifer Grover in the chat for $5 Canadian, or should I say $5 commie dollars? Poor Jennifer. Hi Michael, hi chat. I love you all. Not inappropriately, but I do love you. We appreciate your sentiments every week, Jennifer. My son was flipping sneakers for a bit, not a lot, but it worked. Yeah, that's the thing. It works until it doesn't, until everyone, because it's all just based on everyone accepting that these things are valuable. The moment, usually it's an outside force that like jolts people. The moment that confidence goes, it all collapses. I think that's actually happening right now with the CGC stuff. Like, people were CGCing brand new reissues of 80s decks. Oh, that would be rad. You should post a photo of them on X. I'd love to see them. Collecting sneakers makes sense for the married dudes trying to show their wives how it feels to deal with someone owning 100 pairs of shoes. That's a good point. Yeah, I've seen their walls and everything. Should have bought Pokemon cards. Yeah, they still seem to hold value. But I think the reason they hold value is because kids are still into playing Pokemon and they still love collecting. I mean, it's a little different with cards because they are literally a collectible. That's their thing. So I don't expect to see that going away. As long as people are interested in the actual IP, it's about when things that weren't originally made as collectibles become that, then it starts to, yeah, kind of on borrowed time. Yeah, they were CGCing everything, and there's whole videos on it. It's actually quite fascinating. There's the whole, like, there's people exposing the grift, and how all these slab books are worthless. Like, it costs more to slab than the issue is worth. Stato collects spores, molds, and fungus, and fights ghosts in his spare time. I've seen, man. No, I've had 2 kids go through primary school, and I've seen the videos. They're still out there. I mean, yeah, you know, there's still obviously older gentlemen such as myself, but you know, it is what it is. It be what it be. I've been going for an hour. Is the are the CG Church guys still going? I don't know if I can raid into them. I'll have a check. Customization. I got to get back to work. The book is coming along very well. I think I've done most of my experimenting with the colors, and now I just got to get it done, you know? Why can't I find those? I can never find those guys. Hold on a sec. Hold on. Hold up. Jeffrey Beats, Absolute Batman, manga, and sneakers are what the kids are into these days. Yeah, apparently. Absolute Batman is keeping DC afloat at the moment. It's so funny. Like, they were gone, you know, for a long time. And now they're bigger than Marvel. All right, he doesn't allow raids. So that's his problem. All right, I guess let's go to Mad Ruth again. Propaganda Batman, says Maromi. Yeah, I ain't reading it, but people like it. What am I going to do? All right, everybody. Hang on. Mo wants me to read something. Valley is on the case. He's going to bust Bancroft out of Twitter jail and the closet. Well, I will send you that stuff, Valley, and I mean, not as much. I'll see what I can find. and we'll go. All right, everybody. Hope you have a wonderful night, and I will see you all soon. Until then, have a great one. Bye.
Perth made an Australian video, and I wasn't even in it.
Emotional damage.